Well, hello there, everybody, and welcome to the Battle of Stones River. In fact, I know this battle best as the Battle of 2nd Murfreesboro, but to each their own. And we're going to be playing with the Federals today in this fight, and the reason is the location that we are attacking, which is the city of Murfreesboro, is heavily defended. Actually, what happened, I believe it's General Braxton Bragg, pretty much took defensive positions in this city and really set up some nice trench works, as you can see. So I think my goal is going to be to really pretty much create a weak spot here in the enemy line. I'm going to just grab, for instance, the 2nd Artillery Division. We're going to move them up right here. Just a standard move. I'm going to keep that Artillery Division right where it is. And with things like this, like 1st Division Artillery, I think we could just kind of start softening them up right there. At some point, I will bring the men forward, but I'm not going to be doing all that much movement right away. In fact, you can already see the guns going off. So we are already trying to kind of soften them up here. Let me get another artillery position, and we're going to push him over here as well. Now, something to keep in mind, the enemy is going to be almost entirely on that side over there on Waynes Hill. I think you can see them from here. We'll actually get down to eye level. But I don't actually see any way of getting over to Waynes Hill. I'm not sure there's a crossing. I'm just going down here. So I think we intentionally actually have to go across and attack these fortified locations. And that's exactly what we're going to do. That's why we're opening up here with the artillery. And the only thing I might do is actually back up and see if we have any additional artillery brigades to bring to the fight. So what I'm going to do, there's additional enemies over here. I'd rather not get sidetracked, but we've got Stanley over here with an actual regiment of cavalry. So let's bring him over to the fight. It's going to take him some time to get here, of course. And with Davis's units, I'm just going to test the enemy advances over here. But I'm actually going to move through the forest. So we're going to advance through the forest here. Same thing with Johnston. We're simply going to push him forward here and kind of see how that goes. Pendleton is all the way back here. We might as well have him assist. Let's push forward towards the forest as well. But over here, like I said, all I really want to do is weaken the enemy with artillery. So I might bring Rousseau over here just to see if he's got some cannons, which I'm sure he eventually will. And if we need to, we can always fast forward here. But I kind of like to watch the battle take hold. So we're going to let them get into their positions and wish them the best of luck. Now, every now and again, we could try and test out those lines. You could see that they've got artillery on those lines as well, but we could go ahead and do some probing attacks with some of these infantry units, but I want to wait until our replacements arrive, because that'll give us quite a lot of time to just bombard this area with everything we've got, and hopefully weaken the enemy quite a bit here. Yep, we got this artillery. I am going to bring him up in the same location about right there. Could actually bring up this entire group, 1st Division. Yeah, they're already on the way. So maybe with 1st Division, we'll carry out our first attack. Unless, of course, we find that this area is completely unguarded. That's why we're moving through the woods with these guys. And in fact, we've got some brigades that we might want to go ahead and engage. Like with 3rd Brigade here, we could likely engage woods. So let's actually just start getting there on the edge of the woods. Speaking of woods, no pun intended. Grab this fellow here, and also same thing, edge of the woods there. Although I want to be a little more careful because they're starting to move forward quite quickly. So let's stop here. Let's just get prepared. This could be a bit of an engagement. Might as well start setting up the cannons. Damn it. Halt that order. I just want them to start firing. Right there at Liddell's brigade. Same with 1st Brigade. We can start engaging actually from out here. Let's just keep them right there. And we'll do the same thing with 2nd Brigade. I want to try to use the forest for cover, so I'm going to bring 2nd Brigade right there. Try to get those woods to our advantage. Give me 1 second, folks. I just want to share this here. Throw this on our Discord. All right. Really took myself to the edge of the map here. My goodness. Let's pop up. All right. Beautiful. So there is quite a strong Confederate line there. Again, we expected most of the defenses to be here, and in fact, that's where most of the Confederate defenses are in this battle. Another interesting fact about the Battle of 2nd Murfreesboro, everybody knows that Antietam and Gettysburg were the bloodiest battles of the war, but 2nd Murfreesboro had the highest percentage of casualties, so like the highest percentage of losses on both sides. Speaking of losses, let's start firing at Johnson right now. We're already moving in. Those cannons are definitely getting some nice shots, and we've got some of these infantry units already moving to the edge of the forest. I'm going to do the same with the artillery here. And this infantry too. Philip Post. Come on, 3rd Brigade. Let's start firing. I could have detached some skirmishers here, but I am ready for a good old-fashioned gunfight already. Come on. And what we will do here, we're going to detach some skirmishers from this unit. Beautiful. Look at all of those rebels. So I'd like to try to really hurt those rebels while we have a chance. And before we, of course, have to take out their main army. We've got the 2nd Brigade under Kirk moving into that direction, too. But boy, I'd like to have some more units in this area. Of course, most of our guys are focused on the main fight over there. But maybe the main fight needs to change a little bit. And we could take Sherman and have him assist over here against Liddell's forces. You know what? I'm going to trust Davis here to put up a good fight. And let's just get him right there, like I said, on the edge of the forest. I'm pretty sure that our artillery is continuing to bombard that area. That's what we want to have happen. The one thing I might change is I'm going to take Fry, and I'm going to bring Fry over here to where Sheridan is. Again, we do still have some time in this fight. We don't have to rush through it. Fire 1st Brigade. This is where we need additional men, and that's why we've got 2nd Brigade on the way. Come on, boys. Good enough for me. Want to get a flanking shot, though, so here we go straight for the flanking shot with the skirmishers. There we go. Now we've got a battle on our hands. Of course, them getting over here to the artillery is a problem. So we are trying to make contact with them here. Keep it going, boys. Keep it going. HQs are, of course, going to fall back, but we are going to lose that artillery piece. A small price to pay, I think, as long as we can push them back. We're 2nd Brigade. Damn it, you're taking too long. But look at that fantastic fire. Lot of gunfire going on there. Do we have the replacements on the way? They are arriving. They're just taking their damn time. Come on, let's do it. On the double quick. We're gonna have to get them there in double time. On the double quick. How you doing, ya cubs? Yep, lots of musket crackling for sure. That's right. Back up just a bit, because we'll definitely need to bring in... no, Davis is on the way. I think we'll need to bring in Sheridan, too. I was afraid of moving him off this position, but now I see it's absolutely necessary. And we can use the forest as our advance, so... I think we'll be able to actually get a pretty good visual. Also, I believe we are breaking this fellow, Woods Brigade. I'm not sure if Carlin has anything to do with it, but I am trying to get a nice volley of fire from Carlin here. Bringing him forward too. 1st Brigade is also about to get to that tree line. Let him have it, Carlin! Yeah! As you guys can see, it is a nasty day out here in Manassas. Or, excuse me, in Murfreesboro. Nonetheless, a fun little fight. Get some skirmishers over here. Gonna get some skirmishers with this unit too. Just so that we can really lay it on the enemy and not risk our own brigades. Yeah, Woodruff is losing men, that's for sure. Let's get those skirmishers up and give those rebels what for, boys. Here we go. Welcome to 2nd Murfreesboro. Stones River, as some like to call it. And I'm not moving these guys from the tree line just because I know when the Rebs get here, this is going to be our best bet for holding them back, essentially. Although this is a pretty good opportunity to take on those Rebs ahead of us. I'm going to push them forward just a bit now. Let's get back to the main battle. That's just the right flank of the battle. Really, the main fight is over here. And for those of you just arriving, and actually we're succeeding already, we've been bombarding this area, trying to remove anybody from the trenches, and it looks like these guys have already fallen back. So I'm readjusting that artillery directly on top of their artillery. Let's just hit them with everything we've got. I've merged all of these guys together into one area, and eventually we are going to charge forward with infantry, but honestly, and obviously, you don't want to just charge a trench position with infantry, so trying to weaken them first. Let's hit some of these guys in the trees. Walthal's brigade. And we've got these guys over here, 3rd Division under Sheridan, about to assist our boys facing the rebels in the eastern part of the battlefield. Nice, I like that. That line is looking a lot better. Let's get those skirmishers up. Let's get that infantry up too. Let's give them a what for, boys. I'm even going to put up the main force here. Well, one of our largest forces under Baldwin. Sadly, not free. And yeah, we are on the realistic speed. We can speed up all the way to 10 speed if we want. But I want you guys to see all the vicious and bloody action. Not free, though, no. Let's take a look from the rebel perspective. So actually, despite it being pretty rough at first, I think our uphill advantage is going to win us this part of the battlefield. I have no reason to think otherwise. However, not sure there's any actual victory points on this side of the battlefield. We'll come back and take a look. However, a win here would be definitely helpful. We need Post to get into position here with his skirmishes. Come on now, Post. Everybody else is fighting but him. Same with 3rd Brigade here. And I want him to hit Liddell in the flank. Of course, you can see the bodies. Now, this is something like I basically stopped playing this game right when they did the 3D edition, but it looks great. It really does. Let's get a flank shot. Come on. There we go. Did you see those guys drop right there? Just like a sack of potatoes, man. I think we're going to get Liddell's brigade to break. Great work there by Baldwin's men, and they are determined in this fight. They want to fight to the end and push these rebels out of Tennessee. Unfortunately, yeah, we're facing these guys too. Polk's brigade. We're going to have to turn and face them. So they've got us cornered with some units. We really do need to break Liddell's brigade. I'm pretty sure, though, with a few more volleys, he's going to break. He's actually starting to fall back. And it looks like our buddy Baldwin has gotten in the fight. And look at that. Additional infantry arriving. Let's get second right there. Double quick. All right, we just lost a man, I believe. Church. Captain Church was killed at the head of his troops. Well, you know what? It was an honorable loss. We got to keep fighting. And as I said before, the Battle of 2nd Murfreesboro, here's an interesting fact about this battle. Like I said, you know, Antietam and stuff, that's definitely the bloodiest. Gettysburg or Antietam. But, oh, and by the way, we've got to pause here. 2nd Murfreesboro has the highest percentages lost on both sides. So, in many ways, I think this would be the battle I would least want to be at, really. And look at that. It's not us that are making the push, guys. It's the rebels. They are actually trying to make a push from their trench lines over here. We are not going to allow that. No way in hell. I'm going to start firing. I'm just getting everybody assigned here. We'll stay on top of the hill here with most of these guys because this is already a pretty good position. But let's send these rebs routing. For those of you wondering, the difficulty is medium difficulty that we took. I would not recommend easy difficulty on this game. It's just way too easy. And look at all these infantry that we brought over from the rear. So what I'm going to do is grab Crittenden's men. Actually, I don't want a major general. Just 2nd Division under Palmer is enough. And we're going to swing them around like this. You see that? So we're going to swing them that way. And I might also take 1st Division under Rousseau. Just when the enemy thinks they may have broken this force, we're going to show up with a whole bunch of reinforcements. Look at that. So hopefully everything's going to work out, but let's see if our plan goes to action, comes to fruition, folks. Here we go. It's this battle's version of Pickett's charge. Fire, boys! Keep those rebels back! Some of them are already right on top of us. We got to do something about that. Lower those guns. Tommy Squid. There might be. We got all sorts of different guns, all sorts of Napoleon 16-pounders and fun things like that to play with. Let's hold this position. Again, I can't believe the rebels actually went for it, but they pushed out of their trench works. I mean, it's definitely something we wouldn't expect, so I guess it's the right move. We've also got a cavalry unit here, 2nd Brigade, that I brought up just for this purpose. Let's bring him up, and I might end up charging with him just to kind of confuse them on this uphill charge of theirs. Holy boy. Man, look at that, boys. That's a sight for sore eyes. Well, those rebels are going to make their way up. Let's see where that cavalry is. I think it's going to take them a while to get up here. We might want to change the move order to fast, but I want to be kind of sneaky about this. See, I don't want to waste his stamina for a charge now, so I'm going to have to just kind of hang out with him there for a little bit before I go for the full-on charge. But look at that. They've got additional troops, man. They are bringing everybody over here. I think it might be also because we sent Sheridan over here to assist these guys. Here we go. So there we go. They do have carbines, which they can use, or is it carbines, which they can use against the enemy. But I think what we have to do, my friends, double time it. Let's go. Charge time. At the double quick. Here we go. Onwards to victory, boys. Give them hell. Here we go. Get them. Now, we could charge down the hill with some of these guys like Chamberlain's charge down the hill. Remember in that movie, Glory? If we wanted to try it, we certainly could. But I think instead I'm just going to turn my rounds this way because we do have enough ammunition to shoot them down. We've also got additional artillery over here hidden in the woods. And there we go. Now they're taking out their carbines. And sure enough, they have forced those guys to retreat. I am continuing this charge. Let's go for it on the double quick. Let's go, boys. Roll them up, I say. Man, that is a heroic cavalry unit. I'm not sure how long they can stick around doing this, though. Here we go. Sabers at the ready. Boom! Even the general is following for this attack, and we got another one. Stanley is demoralized, though. Yeah, they couldn't hold on forever, although I like to think they did a damn good number on those rebels. I think what we need to do is make sure, yep, they're on the way. We've got additional forces on the way here to converge on that location. And we've still got forces holding the Round Forest area. Now let's go to the eastern part of the battle quickly here. All right. Yep, we got them running. Look at that. McNair's brigade is running. However, it also looks like we lost second. Let's move third up. They should have already been there. Damn cowards. And it looks like one of our men has actually commenced a charge here. It is hard to get a good visual in this game. You gotta not just use the keyboard, or not just use the mouse, but also the keyboard to get the best one. Man, this part of the battlefield is also an absolute bloodbath. And Liddell's brigade, I gotta give them some respect. Like, they actually kept fighting despite being hit so badly. We finally got Liddell's brigade to run, but they really held on for quite a while. And I'm actually gonna take some of these brigades, get in the forest there, and try to provide some additional fire. Finally, Liddell's are running, but they got Gresham Lake. We gotta try to take that location. And let's have first focus on Johnson, only because we can get a flanking shot on him. And with 1st Brigade, we want to push up as well and engage Hector's brigade there. Oh, that's awesome, Poser. Unfortunately, 3rd did have to fall back to the woods. See, I kind of did think that holding the woods was going to be the most important thing either way. We'll do what we can from here, and the goal now should be to get Wood's brigade to fall back. It's taking 2nd a long time to receive that order. Gotta send 2nd and 1st to smash Hector. Boys are over here are going to need some support for sure. Let's take a look at their charge. So far, we've got it under control. They're pretty much at the same location they were before. Let's start. Well, look at that. Actually, some of our men are closer. And I'm going to take Palmer's group and get right up close and personal. So we are just going to keep moving. And hopefully, we're going to roll them up. I think that's exactly what's going to happen here. Push forward. Now, you might think it foolhardy, but 1st Brigade's looking pretty good. I'm ordering a charge. Same with Starkweather's men. Double quick. So we're gonna have to wait for the actual couriers to get here with the order. Maybe we just gotta do the old double charge. Before you just double right-clicked and the guys would go for a charge. Now I might actually have them hold because this first unit fell back. So you know what? Let's just hold our position, hit them from the woods, and call it a day. Also because we got behind them over here with 1st Brigade. Nice. Hit Anderson with everything we got. And look at that, his men marching up that hill. Damn, it is expensive. I didn't realize that it's how expensive it is. I mean, it does have a campaign mode and stuff, so they do, you know, you do get your money's worth. But look at Anderson, guys. He is getting right up close and personal to our men. You could bring in 4th Brigade as well to deal with him, but, man. That's it, that's it. They're starting to fall back a bit. Anderson is, at least. He's got a bunch of generals with him, too. We might end up shooting down a rebel general if we are lucky. Got him in a fatal funnel here. Want to make sure that that artillery is also targeting him. And I'm just going to back up because I want to see if they're trying to push on the forest area. So see, they do still have their trench works there, but they did attack with these. And look at that map. Look how beautiful that looks. We've got them completely trapped here. Now on this side, on the other hand, they have done a good job at pushing us back from the lane. We've got some guys still holding out in the woods, but I'm not sure how much longer that's going to go for. Let's focus our fire exclusively here on Woods Brigade. He's already taken quite a beating this battle, so I'm hoping with some consistent shots we can kind of force him to fall back down the hill. And same deal over here. We are trying to hold out against Polk. He's taken 500 casualties, as you can see. That's pretty significant. So he might be forced to just kind of fall back and rethink his position, but either way, we need more infantry over here. So right there, we've got 1st Brigade. Might as well bring them up. I think they're being commanded by 3rd Division, 3rd Division Speed Fry, so maybe we just bring Speed over here. Bring that cannon as well. And I really didn't want to take any units away from this part of the battlefield, but now I'm starting to think that might be a good idea. Although, let's wrap up this part of the battle first. In fact, I'm going to take 4th and go for D's over here, since they've got... since they've gotten onto our flank. And I want to make sure that 3rd Brigade is also a piece of this fight. They've kind of been staying back, so I want to push them into this part of the battle. But look at that, guys. I mean, we've got them surrounded. This is exactly what you want in a Civil War battle, is just to have the enemy completely surrounded by gunfire. Kind of like shooting fish in a barrel. Ooh, not sure, because, and the reason being, this is one of the historical battles, so it's not a campaign fight where we can upgrade our forces. So maybe they just have exactly, maybe 1848s, I would guess, in terms of guns. All right, guys, look at that. 2 different Confederate units are starting to falter there, Walthall and Anderson. Man, we just need to continue this sort of approach, and then we're going to send one of these units over to assist our guys over there in the northeast. Come on, come on. They are on the run. Let's get a look at those rebel lines. Again, controlling the camera in this game is a little bit of a pain in the ass. It's one of my only issues with the game. Well, there we go. Enemy is retreating. We are going to continue the battle. We want to try and follow them up, try to take out as many rebels as we can. But really, I think what made this one so easy is the rebels left their entrenched positions. I'm not sure they did that during the actual battle itself. I don't believe they did. This was, of course, a tactical Union victory. However, I think we made it like a major victory here. Just because the Rebs got themselves all tangled up there. But look at all the bodies, Union bodies as well. They made it pretty close to the top of that hill. But like I said, it was pretty much this battle's version of Pickett's charge. Pretty easy stuff here. All right, Manley's brigade. Give them hell, boys. And we're just going to fire at the rebels that refuse to stop shooting at us. Will be interested to see the casualties, because again, percentage-wise, in the actual historical battle, this was the highest percentage loss for both armies. Here, I think it would have probably been the highest percentage loss for the Confederates, just because of those uphill charges. We'll also take a look over here. So see, over here, they would have actually pushed us back. They could have continued pushing us and essentially just knocked us right off the field. So there we go. We are fast-forwarding just to get to the casualty reports. And there we go. See, pretty significant casualties on the enemy side, 9,000. We still had 10,000 casualties, so still pretty significant for both sides. It's a minor federal victory, and of course, the Union came out with a major federal victory, so I didn't do as well as the Union did during this battle, but certainly not much of a challenge as compared with Antietam, for instance, which is a tough one. But some of you guys were asking about like the price of this game and all that, so I might as well, since this was a much shorter stream than I thought it was going to be. Actually, we've got a lot of videos on the South Robert Roberts. If you guys just look for the playlist, we've got a bunch of videos from the Southern perspective. It's actually got my favorite battle, the Battle of Chickamauga, in it. So make sure to check that out. But so for instance, you can start campaigns in this game all the way from the spring of 1861 to the spring of 1864 as either the Union or the Confederacy. And it's not just facing battles. I mean, you can completely redefine the American Civil War in terms of your like national focuses, in terms of the industrial and economic decisions you make. So it's really great when it comes to this. Now, I will be very, very clear with you guys. You have to play this game at least at hard. Like, at least. Because mediocre, easy, and very easy are, like, ridiculously easy. Just ridiculously easy. What we did today was just did one of the historical battles. And as you can see, there are a lot of historical battles. Some that many of you, I bet, don't even know about. Like the Battle of Glorieta Pass. This actually happened in New Mexico. Means a lot of people don't even know that there were battles in New Mexico during the American Civil War. So really cool stuff. Somebody mentioned the price tag earlier. I didn't know it was that expensive. I will say, like, yeah, Commie Squid. I will say, like, that's pretty expensive. Maybe wait for a sale, because $50, was it $50? $50 in today's money, in inflation money, it's too much. It's too much. Like, wait for it to be like 30. I think 30 or even 35. If you like the Civil War, wait for it to be 35. And I would definitely pick it up for that price. Another thing I can say is that the Grand Tactician guys absolutely keep this game up to snuff. So if you guys take a look at my previous videos in this game, it was basically almost like in 2D. They've upgraded the graphics dramatically, so like even what I'm looking at here looks like a new game to me. So pretty cool stuff. Anyway, I'm sorry the battle was so short, but at least I gave you guys a victory. I hope you enjoyed it. And really, I think it just worked out tactically in the end for us perfectly, because in a Civil War or even a Napoleonic era battle, if you surround the enemy like that, that's it. You win. GG. Ooh, 44.99. Man, that's rough. Yeah, that's a rough one, Poser. I can't justify all the purchases on my channel, but you got to decide how much you like the American Civil War. Thanks so much, guys. Take care. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I'll catch you on the next one.